I guess it ended with Wrestling Jesus making a video on each of us. He had apologized to me by that point about the other video. He made a video about each of the TheSkypeDungeon members, which ours wasn't all that bad, but like Johnny Thunders was pretty bad, Monoxide's was pretty bad.
Yeah.
And it just went from this was just a bunch of fun to this was awful and stressing me out for a good week.
Yeah, yeah. Because, like, we'd get on live, like, please don't let there be another video about us.
Yes.
But especially with it being as bad as it had been.
Yeah.
With the whole sexual content.
So, that's how kind of Wrestling Jesus ended up leaving the NSO, and I don't guess they made any more videos. They closed down their channel. I looked for it like the other day for a random reason, and I guess they closed down their channel. But that's kind of the end. It kind of ended on a sour note.
Why the NSO died? There's one simple reason why the NSO died. The NSO died because they were not friends. They did not talk normally. They did not respect each other. They just liked to troll with each other. Myself, Kristen D, Monoxide, Al, MB Wrestler, Scott, and can't remember the last person of the SkypeDungeon because I'm doing off the top of my head. We're all friends. We all talk to each other. We all like each other. We're all friends. We all enjoy each other's company. The NSO didn't have that. That's why SkypeDungeon is still alive. Though there's a few less members because people didn't really do much in the SkypeDungeon. We need to do video. We're gonna do videos. So yeah. This NSO died because they weren't friends, and SkypeDungeon are friends. The SkypeDungeon was founded on friendship. The NSO was founded on hate. So that's about it. The NSO died because they didn't have heart, like the SkypeDungeon does.
The NSO died, in my personal opinion, because I left. Once I left, and I'm not being cocky here, but once I left the NSO, things went downhill for them quick. Because it was me and Wrestling Jesus were the only ones really making videos. Doom Guy made a few videos. A few hours after I left the NSO, Doom Guy leaves the NSO. So I pretty much think that I brought upon the downfall of the NSO just by leaving it, you know? It's like when, how would I put this? When Beyonce left Destiny's Child. I have no idea. It's like, you can't, the original members have to be intact for it to exist. For it to exist, you need the original members. I left. Doom Guy followed. Wrestling Jesus was left with a bunch of trolls, and he had no idea what to do with these guys. So soon, he ended up, over the past few days, he killed the NSO, and it was over. Thank God. And in time, we talked to each other, we kind of talked out our differences. We're cool now, we work together, we still do radio shows, we're still tight. But this whole week-long NSO versus Skype versus IWC thing was taken way out of hand, and it shouldn't have ended up like that at all. What the NSO meant to the IWC was, the original plan was to get the IWC boosted again, to get people to start feuding, to get people's subscriptions up because of the feuding, and to get their opinions on wrestling, to get a lot of views. Which I was trying to boost up the IWC. But the way Wrestling Jesus took it, he turned it completely the other way and turned it into something extremely personal. And the legacy of the NSO will be a good idea to begin with, terrible destruction at the end.
The reason I think the NSO died, that's a tough question, because it's also like asking what was the reason why WCW died, or the NWO, or whatever. NSO died because of Wrestling Jesus. The whole entire reason why this whole entire NSO thing got started was because he didn't want to seem like a wuss because he cried when he was apologizing to MB Wrestler. So he decided to become evil and subsequently, that is how the NSO happened. So, the whole NSO thing, all that was just a snowball effect from Wrestling Jesus trying to cover up, I guess. So, NSO died because of Wrestling Jesus. That's my thoughts.
The NSO dying. There's no real clear-cut story that I can tell you on how the NSO died. But if I had to give you my assumption, it's that they started to add people that were not going to take this into fun. This was supposed to be fun, and people had to ruin it. They had to ruin it, like Jeff Hardy fucking sucks in Wrestling Jesus. They ruined it by taking it too seriously, and pretty much Johnny Thunder and Wrestling Jesus ran the NSO. And both the two leaders pretty much left. So if both leaders leave and nobody is going to take over a group, then there's no way that the group is going to stay alive, and it's just going to fall apart. It's like the Skype Dungeon. If one of us four decide, hey, we don't want to do this anymore, the Skype Dungeon is going to be crippled. So pretty much, you need the people that are going to hold the faction together, and that's pretty much why the NSO is dead. As for the feud, it's pretty much a feud that lasts a sour taste in my mouth, because it could have been something fun. We could go back, it could have been something where 5 years from now, we can look back on this, we can all laugh, we could still be friends with Wrestling Jesus and those guys, we could be like chilling with him and just laughing and saying, oh man, remember that, remember when we did this, remember when we did that, that was funny, that was all that. No, it had to turn serious, because Wrestling Jesus couldn't fucking resist making this into a serious thing. And because of that, 5 years from now, we're all going to look back and be like, how fucked up was that? Why did he have to take it to that extreme level? So, in a way, it brought true blood into this. It brought me into a small feud with Chris Talk Show for Rule, and made me do 2 videos on him. But, quite frankly, it's a feud that's going to last in our hearts, at least, because remembering that feud that was a pretty intense feud, and it got serious. But it just goes to show you that if you're going to take things seriously, be able to arm yourself with a bit of ammo, which Wrestling Jesus didn't do, and that's pretty much how the NSO died. Is the Skype Dungeon dead? Technically, no, because we still talk to each other on Skype, and we'll upload videos on the Skype Dungeon every now and then. But at least we still got our friendship, we're still together, and we're still going to make videos. And we're still going to be pals at the end, because we don't take things seriously. So, here's the moral of the story, folks. You're going to attack somebody, be able to back it up. Don't fucking backpedal like Wrestling Jesus did. And whether you like it or not, the NSO versus the Skype Dungeon, with WFI getting involved, was indeed an intense feud.
I think NSO died because they hacked Al's account. I mean, once Jesus did that, I mean, Johnny Thunder left, Doom Guy left, Raw Wrestle left, and then many people followed him after that. And literally, Jesus was desperate. I mean, was he going to rely his group on Jeff Hardy fucking sucks? I mean, I don't think so. So, he pretty much made his separate videos on each dungeon, and then after that, just closed the NSO account. And that was it, pretty much. So guys, overall, that's the story pretty much. The Skype Dungeon versus the NewShootOrder. And you know what the weird thing about this whole feud was? I mean, it was all supposed to be for fun. Yeah.